Some weeks you're Pooh, calm, clear, steady. Some weeks you're Piglet, overthinking one email for 3 days. Some weeks you're Tigger, big energy, big ideas and a fresh start every Monday. Some weeks you're Rabbit, doing everything yourself because it's faster. Some weeks you're Eeyore, heavy, flat, quietly deciding it's not worth it. And some weeks you're Owl, learning and planning but not implementing. And here's the good news, none of that makes you broken, it makes you human. The only question is, are you letting the pattern run the week or are you leading it? Today we're putting the entire 100 Acre Wood into one practical CEO playbook.
It's grit and grace, side by side, fire in my chest, calm in my mind. I'll build what lasts, I'll choose my lane, turn pressure into purpose, paint it again. With grit and grace, I'm free to be all I am, becoming steadily.
Welcome to Grit and Grace, where we talk money, mindset, leadership, and the standards that make success sustainable. I'm Donna, I'm the creator of Grit and Grace, and this is the integration episode, the one you come back to anytime your business feels loud, heavy, messy, or emotionally charged. Before we begin, there is always that disclaimer, a quick note. Today's episode is general information only. It doesn't take into account your personal circumstances and it is not financial or tax advice. Please seek advice specific to your situation. Quick context on why this actually matters. When my husband passed away, I started looking for things to do that were safe, and reading Winnie the Pooh was one of those things. I remembered it from a child and suddenly realized as I was reading it that when you read it as an adult, it's very different. The characters are mirrors and they show us patterns, not just in us, but in the people around us. And business has a way of amplifying those patterns and characteristics. So this series has been about one thing, noticing your pattern and then leading yourself anyway, with grit and grace. Here's the tool. It's simple on purpose, 4 lines. This week I'm in Pooh, Piglet, Tigger, Rabbit, Eeyore, Owl. It's costing me time, money, energy, consistency. So I'm going to do one reset action within 48 hours and I'll protect it with one boundary or one rule. That's it. It's not a reinvention, a reset. Now we're going to run through each character with a quick story cue, the cost and the reset. So Pooh shows up when the business is too loud, too many moving parts, too many offers, too many quick things, too many decisions. The cost is the complexity tax. Time leaks, confusion, and mental load. Pooh reset is simple. Make the business 20% quieter, cut one thing, simplify one thing, and repeat one rhythm. Protection boundary is a protected block of important but not urgent time each week, the block that prevents the fires. Pooh reminds you that simple is profitable because it plugs the leaks. Piglet shows up as the email you keep rewriting and not sending. The follow-up, the boundary, the invoice reminder, the pricing conversation. The cost is that avoidance stretches discomfort and drains your energy. It also delays money, clarity, and progress. So the Piglet reset is courage first, confidence second. Send the message within 48 hours. The protection boundary is one standard you do not negotiate with, whether it's payment terms, response times, deposits, scope rules. Just pick one. And Piglet reminds you that confidence is the receipt you get after you act. Now Tigger, he shows up as big energy and constant resets. You start feeling amazing, but half-finished projects create mental clutter and inconsistent results. The cost is unfinished work, inconsistent marketing, and often a money leak through cost creep. Too many tools, too many subscriptions, too many small purchases that add pressure. And the Tigger reset is to just finish one thing. Done is a decision, not perfection. The protection boundary is no new projects until one thing is finished. Ideas can go in a list. Projects just don't start. Tigger reminds you, starting feels productive. Finishing changes your business. Rabbit shows up when you're doing everything yourself because it's faster. You're checking, fixing, holding it all together. The cost is a capacity ceiling. Your business can only grow if you work more. That isn't scaling. It's self-sacrifice with a logo. The rabbit reset is make, done, teachable. Document one repeatable task once. Not perfectly, just clearly, so the business doesn't rely on your memory. Protection boundary is loosen your grip on one thing this week. And rabbit reminds you quality comes from standards, not personal overwork. Eeyore shows up in the low week. You're still functioning, but internally you're flat, discouraged, and quietly deciding it's not working. The cost is withdrawal. You stop marketing, you stop following up, you stop taking the actions that would create the evidence you need. So the Eeyore reset is validate the feeling, but don't obey it. Then you lead with facts. Choose 3 numbers to check weekly and choose one action. And your protection boundary is no big decisions made in a temporary dip. Bad week protocol instead. 1 money action, 1 sales action, 1 simplification decision, 1 restoration commitment. Eeyore reminds you feelings aren't forecasts. Now, Owl. Owl shows up when learning becomes a hiding place. You're preparing, researching, planning, consuming, and the business isn't moving. The cost is stalled momentum and delayed confidence, because confidence comes from evidence, not information. The Owl reset is to implement 1 part within 48 hours. Prompt beats perfect. Speed of implementation. The protection boundary is to make a 90-day decision you stop renegotiating. 1 offer, 1 channel, 1 rhythm. And Owl reminds you that information isn't implementation. The key is that none of these characters are bad. And the goal is not to get rid of any part of you. The goal is to lead with them. And that's Christopher Robin. Christopher Robin is calm direction, a pause before the reaction, clarity without drama. The reset is simple. 1 direction, 1 outcome for the next 30 days. 1 rule that protects it. And the next right step is 1 action in the next 48 hours. Calm is not a personality trait. Calm is a strategy, and you can build it. So here's your challenge for the next 7 days. Name your pattern, choose your reset, protect it with 1 boundary. No reinvention, no overthinking, just leadership. Until next time, keep your grit and protect your grace.
In the quiet, before the daylight breaks, I'm drawing lines for my own sake. I've carried more than I let on show, still found a way to learn and grow. With steady hands I set the pace, a fierce heart held in gentle space. I won't trade my peace for proof, I won't build a life without a roof. I'll rise, I'll rest, I'll recalibrate, strong enough to do, wise enough to wait. It's grit and grace, side by side, fire in my chest, calm in my mind. I'll build what lasts, I'll choose my lane, turn pressure into purpose, paint it again. With grit and grace, I'm free to be all I am, becoming steadily. I won't shrink back to make through. When doubt is loud, I'll still begin. Again and again, I'll choose to win. Not by force, not by fear, by showing up year after year. It's grit and grace, side by side, fire in my chest, calm in my mind. I'll build what lasts, I'll choose my lane. Turn pressure into purpose, paint it again. With grit and grace, I'm free to be all I am, becoming steadily. Grit and grace, I rise, I breathe, I make my place. Grit and grace, side by side I run.